Hello, in this video I'll show you how to remove and maybe replace or repair the alternator on Mercedes C220 CDI W204 model. The alternator on this car is located on the front of the engine, where the serpentine belt also is. It's located on that side right there. And in order to get to it, first we need to remove this air intake pipe and also remove the serpentine belt. But first we'll start by removing the battery, which is located right there underneath this housing. There is a couple of clips that we need to remove, and we'll take out the battery and we'll get to the battery. That's the battery right there. Next we're going to remove the negative terminal from the battery. Next we're going to remove the engine cover and also this air intake hose. Next we're going to remove this plastic cover that's covering the serpentine belt. It's held by a couple of clips, so you just need to pull it out and it comes out. And now we have access to the serpentine belt, and also the alternator is on the lower side over there. That's the alternator right there on the lower side. First we need to remove the serpentine belt, so we need to loosen the tensioner. So that's the tensioner right there, and that's where I'm going to loosen the tensioner from. This is the socket that I'm going to use to turn the tensioner anti-clockwise so that I can remove the serpentine belt. So I'm going to put it in there and just turn it anti-clockwise, and you can see that the serpentine belt is loose and we've removed it from the tensioner pulley, and now we can remove it. If the video is useful, please like and comment on the video and subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. If you want to remove the serpentine belt completely, you need to remove, I'll show you now what you need to remove. You need to remove those bushings right there, but they're held onto some metal plate, which is held by two bolts, and the two bolts are underneath the bushing. One of them is right there, and the other one is underneath the other bushing right there. We remove those bolts, and then we can take out the serpentine belt. Next we're going to remove this air intake hose. Next we're going to go underneath the car to see where exactly the alternator is. The alternator is located right there. You can see the alternator, and it's held by two bolts that we're going to be removing from underneath. Also from underneath we need to remove the power cable and also the electrical connector. The power cable is right there, it's held by one nut, 13 millimeters, and the electrical connector is right there. So now we're going to remove the nut for the power cable and also the electrical connector. We're going to remove the two bolts holding the alternator at the last. There is two upper bolts holding the alternator on top. We need to remove them from here, from the top of the car. They're underneath this wastegate for the turbo. In order to get to them, we need to remove the vacuum for the wastegate, and also there is some cables. That we need to just move to the side, and we'll get a better access to the two bolts. So I've already removed the vacuum line for the wastegate for the turbo, and also I've moved all the cables to the back. So now I have access to the two bolts. The two bolts are just underneath this wastegate. And this is the tool that I'm going to use. It's a E12 socket. I'm using a long socket, E12, along with some bending on the back, so that I have better access. And that's where one of the bolts is, right there, just on the front, and the other one is a little bit to the rear. So now I'm going to remove the two bolts. First I'm going to start with this ratchet, and then I'm going to use an electric ratchet just to take them out quicker. That's one of the bolts out. Now I'm going to remove the second bolt. And that's the second bolt out. Now I'm going to remove the two lower bolts. That's the two lower bolts holding the alternator right there. I'm going to be using a wrench to get to them because there's not much space for a ratchet. when the bolts are unscrewed, I'm not going to be able to take them out from the bottom. I'm going to take them out from the top afterwards. There's also another small bolt that we need to remove that's holding this pipe to the alternator, and the bolt is right there. We're going to remove it. And now that the two bolts are removed on the lower side of the alternator, I'm going to take them out from top. I'm just going to turn the alternator a little bit and the bolts will come out. That's the two bolts. Since there is not enough space to take out the alternator now, I need to remove the cooling fan for the radiators. In order to remove the cooling fan, first we're going to have to remove, there's two plastic panels on top, and also we need to remove this actuator. This is some kind of actuator for the cooling fan. So first we start by removing this upper plastic panel. It's held by a couple of clips that we need to remove. Next we're going to remove the metal plate that's just above the radiators. In order to remove it, we need to bring this plastic panel up because there's two bolts underneath, and also two bolts underneath that. Those plastic panels are held by clips, and also need to remove those bolts as well, and there's two on the side as well. So first we're going to remove the clips for this plastic panel. We're not going to take it out completely, just enough to be able to remove the bolts for the metal plate. And now we can take out the bolts. There's two bolts on the side that we need to remove as well. We're going to use a wrench in there. That's one of them, and the other one is on the other side. We're also going to remove this metal thing in there. It's held by one bolt as well. We removed it, and now we can take out this metal plate. Next we're going to remove this little actuator that's for the cooling fan. I don't know what its name is exactly. It's held by two torque screws. We're going to remove them, and then we're going to pry out the bottom side from the cooling fan. That's the part of this actuator that we need to pry out right down there. We're just going to use a pry bar and just pry it out. Next we're going to remove the cooling fan. The cooling fan is held by this clip right there. We just need to a screwdriver just to pull it out a little bit and then pull out the cooling fan, and it's on the other side is exactly the same. There is also an electrical connector just on the bottom over there that we need to remove before that. The electrical connector is right there, and then we can take out the cooling fan. We're also going to remove this plastic because it's in our way to take out the cooling fan, and then we can take out the cooling fan. In order to take out the cooling fan, you need to wiggle it a little bit and it will come out eventually. It's a tight space, so wiggle it a little bit more and it will come out. And that's the cooling fan out. Now that the cooling fan is removed, I can take out the alternator. Now I have enough space to take it out. And that's the alternator out. Now I can repair it or replace it, and assembling it is in the exact reverse way. Hopefully the video was helpful. Please like and comment on the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.